Welcome, students. A very warm welcome to MJC Learning, Standard 12th, Subject Economics. So far, we have learnt about the demand side, but our chapter 4 is the very first stage to understand about the supply analysis. So, let us begin with the very first part of our chapter number 4, that is supply analysis. In order to analyze supply, we should understand why exactly are we learning this concept. Supply, just as demand, is a very बेसिक और द फंडामेंटल इकोनॉमिक कॉन्सेप्ट. जैसे डिमांड हमारे लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट था अंडरस्टैंड करना, ठीक उसी तरह सप्लाई भी हमारे लिए इक्वली इम्पॉर्टेंट है. क्यों? बिकॉज इट हेल्प्स अस टू अंडरस्टैंड द सप्लाई साइड. क्यों? वो भी क्यों जरूरी है? बिकॉज सप्लाई इज नथिंग बट द टोटल अमाउंट अ स्पेसिफिक good and services provided by a seller. That is why जैसे डिमांड को एनालाइज किया था हमने, उसी तरह सप्लाई भी हमें समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है इकोनॉमिक्स में. So let us get into the concept of supply. The total amount of goods or services available for sale at a specified price is known as supply. That means there are two things we are talking over here, that is available for sale and specified price. But about what are we talking? We are talking about the goods or services. Supply कब possible होगा? जब वो गुड और सर्विस हमारे पास अवेलेबल होगी सेल करने के लिए एंड वी आर विलिंग टू सेल एट अ स्पेसिफाइड प्राइस, एंड दिस इज व्हाट you define it as supply. This was the very basic introduction. And अगर आपको ये basic concept समझ में आ गया, so हमें पूरे आगे के chapters भी काफी easily समझ में आ जाएंगे. डरो मत, आगे और भी है हमारे पास. Let us begin with the concept of total output. Now, what do you mean by the output? Output is nothing but it is the process of production when the input is being you can say converted or formalized in the process of production. What you get or the return you get is output. So output is the produced in the process of production. Now, what is total output? When you add that word total, you are talking about the addition of all the output of the quantity of the commodity which is produced at a given period of time. उस समय पे जितनी भी हमने क्वांटिटी को प्रोड्यूस किया है, जब हम उसे जोड़ देंगे, जब हम उसे ऐड कर देंगे, हमें मिलेगी टोटल आउटपुट. ना, अगर टोटल आउटपुट ही नहीं होगा तो हम कंज्यूम कैसे करेंगे? It is not possible, and that is where our next point is talking about. It talks about production leads to consumption. Unless the production is not there, the consumption will also not take place. That means till the time the input is not converted into the final goods, the supply will not be done and the demand will not be further converted. Moving about the concept of stock. Now, what is stock? Stock is a total quantity of a commodity available for sale with a seller at a particular point of time. Here we talk about the total quantity of the commodity which is available. If the producer or the seller is not having the product with himself, will he be able to sell it out to anybody else, to his customer? No, that is why it is very important to understand the basic concept of stock. So, stock is nothing but the quantity available for sale at a particular point of time with our seller. So, how the stock can be increased? This stock can be increased by, of course, increasing the production. If the production is only not there, will you be having stock with you? Not at all. That is why even the supply will not be possible. Therefore, it is to be understood that supply cannot be exceeding stock. That means if you have the stock, then only you can supply, and it is fixed and inelastic in nature. When you talk about supply, the supply can be of two different types of good. These goods can be perishable in nature and can be durable in nature. When you talk about the term perishable goods, such as milk, fish, these things or these goods are easily perishable. ये काफी जल्दी खराब हो जाते हैं, and that is why the term perishable is used. When you talk about durable goods, on the other hand, such as furniture, garments, right? These goods can be used in the longer run, and that is why we are going to talk about these two goods when it comes to the concept of stock. I hope now at least you can distinguish between a perishable good and a durable good. So now let us further proceed about understanding stock with respect to perishable good and durable good. So, very first example as we have understood about is of milk or fish. That is our perishable good. The stock may be equal to supply. That means the producer or the seller, you can say, will be supplying milk or fish as much as or as equal to the stock which he has, because अगर वो उसे नेक्स्ट डे के लिए रखेगा तो शायद वो चीज़ें खराब हो जाएंगी एंड उसे उसकी कीमत भी नहीं मिलेगी, एंड दैट इज वाई स्टॉक मे बी इक्वल टू दी सप्लाई. On the other hand, for durable goods such as your furniture, garments, all these things here, the stock can exceed supply. That means अगर वो सेलर है उसे उस चीज को, उस कमोडिटी को, उस ड्यूरेबल गुड को अभी के लिए सेल नहीं करना है तो वो उसे स्टॉक करके रख सकता है क्योंकि वो जल्दी खराब नहीं होंगे, एंड इन दैट सिनेरियो स्टॉक कैन एक्सीड द सप्लाई. Now, let us come to the actual concept and the meaning of supply. अभी तक आपने स्टॉक के बारे में पढ़ा, टोटल आउटपुट के बारे में पढ़ा, राइट? नाउ हम मीनिंग समझेंगे कि एग्जैक्टली सप्लाई का मतलब क्या है. As we can see, supply is a relative term and it can be expressed in relation to time, price and quantity. आपने इस चीज को कहीं और भी पढ़ा है, याद आया? Yes, we have learned that even demand is a relative concept and it can be expressed in relation to price, time and quantity. तो जैसे हमारा डिमांड प्राइस, टाइम और क्वांटिटी से रिलेटेड था, सिमिलरली हमारा सप्लाई भी प्राइस, टाइम और क्वांटिटी से रिलेटेड है. कैसे? चलो, let us understand with the help of the meaning of supply. The word supply means that the various quantity of a commodities are offered for sale by the producer during a given period of time and at a given price. Yes, coming back to what we have already heard of, it is the supply. Who does the supply? Of course, our producer of a given quantity of a commodity, but it is with respect to a given time period and of course the given price, which shows that supply is related to time and price. Supply is also said to be a flow concept. It is said that supply is the amount which can be the producer can offer for sale in the market over a period of time, and this time can be of a day. वो एक दिन का भी समय हो सकता है, जैसे हमने perishable goods के लिए समझा था, a week, a month or a year. So it is a flow concept, नॉट अ स्टॉक कंसेप्ट, क्योंकि जब सप्लाई सेलर से कंज्यूमर के पास जाता है सो वो एक हाथ से दूसरे हाथों में जाता है, correct? And that is why it is a flow concept, and of course it is related to time and price. Moving on to the definition of supply. Paul Samuelson has very well defined the supplies concept. He says that supply refers to the relation between two things. What are they? Market price and the amount of goods that producers are willing to supply. Very important word, willing to supply. Chalo, let's get back to what Paul Samuelson has said. It refers to what? The market price. Since he is a supplier, he is the one who is going to sell his good or service. How much amount he is willing to sell, उसे कितना सप्लाई करना है, ये उसकी इच्छा के ऊपर होगा. बट ये इच्छा किसके ऊपर डिपेंड होगी? मार्केट प्राइस. अगर मार्केट प्राइस ज्यादा है तो ऑब्वियसली वो ज्यादा सप्लाई करने की सोचेगा, और अगर मार्केट प्राइस कम है तो वो अपनी सप्लाई को भी काफी लिमिटेड कर देगा. सो another example, or you can say another short explanation for this, is that supply refers to the quantity of a commodity that a seller is willing and able. Again, we are getting a new word to understand. Able to offer for sale at a given price during a given period of time or a certain period of time. Now, along with him, be willing to sell, he should also have the ability to offer. Right? इसे हम समझेंगे with a better example. A farmer's total output of rice. What is our product over here? Total output is of rice. Our commodity is rice. How much kg is his total output? 4000 kg. That means क्या हमारा फार्मर 5000 kg सप्लाई कर पाएगा? नहीं. क्यों? क्योंकि उसका टोटल स्टॉक ही है 4000 kg. That means his ability to offer is how much? 4000 kgs. Getting it? Now, let us have a look at the willingness part of it. If the price is 40 per kg, he offers only 1000 kg for sale. 4000 kg में से 1000 he can offer for sale at the price rupees 40 per kg. That means stock is how much? 4000 kg, which is his total stock, and his ability is also how much? 4000 kg. He cannot go and even offer for sale 4001 kg. Why? Because his total output, or you can say the total stock, is 4000 kg. Now he is willing to sell how much quantity? Only 1000 quantity he is willing to, or you can say he is offering for sale at price rupees 40. That means willingness concept we have understood, ability we have understood. Now why 1000 kg? because he might look at the rise in price. With the increase in price, what he can do? He can increase the quantity of sale, right? Since rice is a durable good, you can keep it for a year, 2 year. That is why he'll wait for appropriate price to come, and again, when he has only 3000 kgs of rice, his total stock will be only 3000 kg, and his ability to offer for sale will also be 3000 kg. So, students, today we have learnt about the concept of total output. Then we have also learnt about stock. Then we have understood about the meaning of supply and the definition of supply. I hope I have very well helped you to connect all the points together with the help of the example. So let us meet next time. Till that time, I want you all to be safe, smiling, and learning with MJC Learning. Thank you.